Hooray! Okay, so today is August 6th, 2024. This is the Microprofile live hangout. Let me add a link to the chat unless someone else has already done it. Here's chat. Yeah, we got someone else trying to join here. Right, there's a link in the chat. And click on the link and please add your name as a microprofiler. Organization is optional. And it is everyone's shared responsibility to take notes. This meeting is being recorded and will eventually be on YouTube. Okay. Alrighty. Someone tried to chat with me. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. I have 3 topics today. And the first is Microprofile 7. The second is the spec pages on microprofile.io. And the third, I'll just talk about the third very briefly right now. I did ping Tarun this morning. Let's see if he replied. Yeah, he hasn't. So, Paul, I think if we don't get any feedback shortly, then we can, I don't know, talk to Clark. So I'll communicate with Clark. I know Emily did have a conversation, and she's not here this week. So on the next call, we'll get a status update, and we may have to involve Clark. Just a heads up on that.
That's the
Okay.
tutorial. Yes. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Time for resync on that one for sure.
Yeah, I just want to have a conversation with Emily when she gets back. I do
Yeah, and
know
I
she's
had pinged Clark on it previous to that, and he had also reached out. So,
okay.
yeah.
All right. Microprofile 7. Just to let everyone know, I did restart the ballots. And you'll notice it says second ballot. We updated these specs to include the EFSP 1.1. And since we have to kind of get fault tolerance and telemetry kicked off, I figured we had time to just restart the ballot. So I went ahead and did that. And so here's the one for a second ballot for Open API as well. So the only change was the update to the EFSP. So if everyone that has voting rights here can go off and vote on this, that would be awesome. And let's see here. That's the first part of the topic. Yeah, so this is just a point. This links up to the EFSP 1.1. The target release date is still August 22nd, but I do need an update from Nathan. I know you're working on Open Liberty as the compatible implementation, and I think do you have an update on telemetry and Open API as well?
Right. So we have TCK results that we have staged and have pushed those over to go live and are waiting for them to actually publish at this point. And then after those publish, then we would be able to create the CCRs with the publicly available link.
And when do you think that'll happen?
Maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
These processes will take a while.
Chuckle. Yeah, I know we have, I think CCR, sorry, I'm going to bring up my calendar here on my local computer. So the 22nd is on a Thursday. Yeah, because you had said Wednesday or Thursday of this week. So thanks for working hard to get that out.
Yeah.
SARS hopefully tomorrow and hopefully ballot tomorrow or Thursday. So 6 or 7. There we go.
Today's the 6th, so that would be 7th or 8th.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
And that should just barely line up with the target date for the 22nd that we put in there.
Yep. All right, so are there any other questions about the Microprofile 7 status? Okay, move forward to marketing. So we had a meeting yesterday, and it was really two topics. The first, Luke Mon is gonna lead this release, so he was able to join the meeting yesterday. He's kind of like out of the office, so it was great for him to join, still be able to join. So he's gonna be potentially reaching out to various folks, perhaps some people on this call if he needs help with some of the release items. I know I'll be helping out. Just be ready just in case. The other thing that we covered was the specification page updates. So we do have we created a template, and what Ryan did is he went out and he created a Google Doc for each spec, right? So you'll see here, this is a Microprofile help one, right? And so this is the template that we kind of all agreed on. And we're going to have to go off and fill out this template so he can create a resulting spec page. So there'll be one for every spec. And so I guess what I'm going to begin asking for, and I'll start now. Are there any volunteers for? Oops, I probably should have closed that page. Are there any volunteers to kind of create the content for the spec page? And it should probably be spec team members that fill these out. Although I'm willing to kind of take on one or two. So I guess I have a question here. For any of these specs, is there anyone that's kind of willing to take the lead on filling it out and working with the spec teams to get them filled out? Volunteers. I'm putting people on the spot, sorry. I gotta do it.
I don't see the rest spec on there, but I'm willing to do the rest spec one.
Oh, good point. I bet you that was accidentally missed. So, let me create an issue. I'll let James create the issue just in case I missed it, but I'm going to put down. Sorry, was that James?
Yep, that was me. That was James.
Okay. Will, is willing to lead rest client page update to rest client is missing. Okay, so I'll do that. Any other volunteers? Okay, we'll have to work on that. And I will also create probably a message in the Google groups as well. In fact, let me see what the status of the Google groups is. See if there's any outstanding messages in the Google groups.
Would it help to put an issue onto each of the repositories for these?
Well, yeah, it probably would, but I'm kind of looking for someone from each team to do that, right? I mean, there's some folks on this call that are on the spec teams that could probably do that and link back to this, right? Because this is actually in the marketing repo.
Yeah, that's why I was asking that, because no one's going to see the marketing repo that are on
Yeah,
the spec
good
teams
point.
generally.
Good point. I think what I might do then, to create an issue in each spec team repo. These are in the marketing repo.
That really makes sense, because then it can be reviewed by the spec team in the regular meeting, and having a linked issue there.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I can look at doing that. Okay, that's a very good idea. That's a very good point. Didn't even think of that. So awesome. So that is kind of what I wanted to cover today. Are there any other topics that anyone wanted to cover? Given that this is kind of a
Hey, John, you may have mentioned it and I wasn't paying attention. What do you forecast the release date now being for Microprofile 7?
August 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep. In fact, I'll double check the spreadsheet to see if it's updated there. It might still have the 13th, so I'll see if I can push that out. I'll
Okay.
update the spreadsheet.
Regarding the OCX this year, are there any updates from the requests? And do we plan to create a banner, a roll-up banner for potential booth?
Yeah, I think Emerson was going to lead that conversation, and he's not on the call today.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, we're just hitting, PTO time here this month, so. But I could reach out to him on Slack and just ask if there's an update.
Oh no, I think there's still enough time to discuss it in 2 weeks or so.
Okay, awesome. Yep. Any other topics? All right, we're gonna call this one short. And I appreciate everyone for joining. Don't forget, please take a look at the second ballots for OpenAPI and REST client, so we can kind of get those kicked off. August 16th is the due date, but again, if we can get everyone early, that would be awesome. All right, thanks everyone. See you next week for the technical call, and in 2 weeks for the live hangout, where Emily should be back for the next one.
Thank you.
All right, thanks
Thank
a lot.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.